Good evening. I'm Enari Darklor and welcome to Churikua. This story happened to me some time ago. My dad is very attached to the place where he was born. Our grandfather was a landowner, and all my uncles and aunts, except for one aunt and my dad, who were born there, were born on an hacienda. As time goes by, it became a quiet place. Today, very few haciendas from those times are still standing. There are ruins, spaces that still bear witness to the grandeur they once boasted. Although today we live in Mexico City, it is recurrent to go and visit the ranch. My dad, above all, in one of his many visits, he was able to perceive something. He looked for the means and carrying shovels and the necessary equipment. We went to where one of those constructions that in the times of the haciendas still exist. In that place only the walls survive, since the floors and roof collapsed a long time ago. Not to mention that if anything was left or destroyed by the inclement weather or by those lovers of the outside world, and things that are not part of their own stuff. My father called my cousin and I to help him. It is worth mentioning that all this happened in the middle of the night to avoid suspicion or any other intruders coming in. My father brought a medium with him, since he was always being very perceptive, but on this occasion he required intervention to communicate. With the help of the medium, my father communicated with entities that were still attached to the place. They were guarding a treasure. The place had a somewhat heavy atmosphere, and it felt as if the temperature had dropped abruptly. My cousin, my father, and I kept digging one way and another until we finally heard the reason of the specters that guarded the place, and they gave us exactly where to dig. We touched with the shovel between the last layer of ground, and we hear good. At last, that was the treasure. The medium intoned what the spirits were saying and communicated that there were 6 of them, and said, "Sir, even thought our master is not here, we have decided that you can keep this treasure. Take it with you, since you will help many people, and we see that you are indeed a good man." My father said, "Thank you for your words, but without the consent of your boss, I will not take this money. Look for it. I want to talk to him." There was no answer. My father, who had asked my cousin to go and get some sacks to take out the treasure little by little, did not understand what was going on. While my father was talking to the medium and there was no answer from the boss, he ordered us to pick up the tools and leave. We would return later. The medium insisted, and after walking away from the place, I could hear my father telling him, "I'm afraid to continue. If something happens to me while taking out that treasure and I die, I don't care. However, if my son or my nephew die, I will regret it for the rest of my days." The next day, we returned, and our surprise was great when we continued digging and found nothing. The point where the good sounded was no longer there. The treasure had moved, and change its place. And our only chance to get it out had been lost.